Hello, family, friends, and fellow sojourners. Can you hear the rain? It's raining again, just slightly, so I don't know how long this vlog's going to be, but I wanted to continue telling you about my experience with this psychotherapist that helped me when I was rear-ended, Dr. Cosell. I spent several months with him, probably once a week for 3 or 4 months probably. Got to know him pretty well, and some of his issues that he was having. Like I said, he was grieving over the loss of his wife and was really struggling with his faith because he couldn't understand a God that would allow a woman to suffer like that. And I understood where he was coming from, and it has to be very, very painful to watch your loved one die like that. But as I said, I ministered to him as much as he helped me. And he told me it wasn't going to happen again, that the chances of us being rear-ended at a red light were astronomical. And I told him I felt that it was going to happen again. So about one of the last times that I had a session with him, he took me out for a ride, and I was in the passenger seat, and there was a brake on the passenger seat, so if I ever panicked I could slam on the brake. And we're talking, and he was taking a right back into where his office was, and as he was turning right, I noticed that there was a car that continued coming through the red light, and he didn't see it, and I slammed on the brake, and he made a comment like, boy, we were almost hit. And I said, yeah, I know. So I think that gave him pause to think. Well, that maybe my intuitiveness was letting me know that this was going to happen again, that I was going to be in another accident. But I really felt it was going to be a rear-end collision. And then months after I stopped going to him, maybe even a year and a half, I was sitting at a red light again, and on a hill with about 17 cars ahead of me, and I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw a car coming very quickly, and I saw a blue light towards the face, and I could tell that this person was on their cell phone, and I thought they are not going to stop. And they didn't. She didn't. It was a 17 or 18-year-old girl that hit me, and she asked me, why didn't she move? And I said, because traffic, it takes time for traffic to clear. Well, I saw the green light, and I didn't realize you weren't going to go. And it's like I couldn't go. So she was crying and saying things like, well, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble because we just got my dad's car out of the shop from the last accident that I had, and I was on my way to pick up my baby, and my dad's going to kill me. So I felt bad for her, and but I still had to go to the emergency room, not by ambulance, but I went to the emergency room. And sure enough, I had an exaggerated form of whiplash because I really hadn't gotten over the last one and was even in more pain. And I thought, I really felt this was going to happen again. And I think the good Lord gave me that intuition, or that intuitiveness, knowing it was going to happen again. But the worst thing I did again was, as I saw her coming down the road at me at full force, I grabbed the steering wheel as hard as I could and braced myself, which again is the worst thing you can do. If you're relaxed, you have less trauma, but when you're tensed up, it just exacerbates the situation. But as it was, I called him up, Dr. Cosell, and I said, remember when you told me it was going to be an astronomical thing, that this was not ever going to happen again? I said it did. So I started going back to him, and I found that he was not helping me as much as I was helping him. He would ask me a lot of questions about my faith, about my experiences. And at one time when I was on vacation, he called and said, can you come into the office? I said, well, I just got back from vacation. What's wrong? He said, I just need to talk to you. But what I didn't know was that he wasn't even charging me for the sessions. He recognized that I was doing as much for him as he was for me. And it turned out to be a reciprocated relationship. So I just value the fact that the Lord gave me the strength and the courage and the grace and the wisdom to get through those experiences, and that he used Dr. Cosell to help me and he used me to help Dr. Cosell. So anyway, another one of those situations where the Lord has let me know in advance that things are going to happen. So anyway, God bless you, my friends. Take care now. Bye-bye.